G'day everybody, and welcome back for some more Space Engineers 2. And we've got some very good news as of the update that happened overnight for me, which is Keen have done a lot of the things that I was whinging about. They fixed a few of the things. Like, the debug menu is now super simple to activate. It's Control F12, and you get all the things. You can easily switch between creative mode and not, which you could do before. But I think there might be another way to do it, because they've said that there's an easy switch, which is also really nice. The one downside of F12 being the key is you're going to get a lot of Steam screenshots. So you might need to change your Steam screenshot key from F12. Otherwise, you're going to get a lot of random screenshots of, why did I open it there? Oh, that's right. In the save, there's a switch. Yeah, so on loading the save, you can switch between creative and survival, just like you can in SE. And what was the other thing? Oh, yes. They've added a new scenario, the Valation Station Start, which is a sandbox scenario without tutorial or story. Yay. It's literally all things that I talked about that I was hoping they would fix, and they fixed it. It's great. Thanks, Keen. they listened to some of it. I'm sure some of the other things that bug us won't get fixed, and some of the other things that will, but it's good that that bit has. It is nice. But yeah, so what I've done since last time is I've welded up my projection and I've added a conveyor underneath the two connectors. That's about it. I've also discovered, I think I discovered this during the last stream, that I put, I think, this fence in the wrong spot, but I'm not going to fix it. Like, it should be rotated around the other way, but yeah, I'm not fixing that. That's just annoying. I might fix it between the streams. I'm just going to leave it for now. There's this gap here, and oh man, the more I say it, the more I want to fix it now. It's just one of those things. So my plan for today was to build some sort of mining vehicle, and then see if I can actually collect enough materials to make this base that I wanted to make. Because I think the mining vehicle should be the thing I make first. I think. Because I reckon, see, this is what's important to remember with this. It actually sits at the edge of the little 25 centimeter cube, so you do want to make sure you put them in the correct spot. Wait, auto rotate. Why are you turning yourself on? Don't be like that. I don't like you. There we go. Oi. Highlight. Spoilers with the rate I play this game? No, don't worry about those. How do you turn off auto rotate now? It is in settings? Yeah, settings here. Under game. Oh man. This feels like when Keen first introduced the steel plates in SE. The marker you've got to hit to weld these is, it's moved since the last update. There we go. Alright, so I've got a landing pad ready to go for my mining ship. I've got the necessary blocks. We'll make it an Atmo ship. And let's see what we run into as problems as I try and figure out how to make this work. Is painting the same as Space Engineers? No. It's sort of halfway between Space Engineers and Digi's paint tool. Closer to the Digi's paint tool end of things. Yeah, we'll Let's build off here. Let's go a little bit higher. So I've got room to get underneath. So if I start with the connector, and then we can work it out from there, because I know I'm going to need to have this connector facing downwards for this style of landing pad that I've got. Then let's have a look at the drill. Thanks, Sora. Thank you for the Prime sub. And thank you, Brother Grimm, for the raid before I started going even live, when I was in my ready to go screen. I predict Splitsy will run into the following issue. He'll run into the roof of the mine hole. It's possible. Sadly, that is very possible. Oh, this is going to be a thing, isn't it? I'll do that on there. Wow, the current setup of conveyors that we have really wants you to put the cockpit on the connector rather than in front of it. But I really wanted to put it in front. Although, I suppose what I can do is we can put a converter in here. That'll mostly work, I guess. Something like that. Scuba Steve, the doors work. if that's the door problem you mean, yes, the doors now work. there's yeah, not much else I can say about that. Okay, there is one size of drill, and we have small port, small port. Okay, so it's very similar to SE1 arrangement for the drills. I think what I might do is try them on each side like this. So it looks like it's ready to punch. That could work. So one of the reasons I welded up, so one of the ways I got all the materials for welding this up is, and how I got the Mark II tools, is I went back to the crashed ship, the one that splits in half, and I collected a whole bunch of materials because mining iron to try and build this was taking way too long. Just, it was ridiculous. Now, how am I going to do this piping? I suppose I'd probably link it up to there would make the most sense. So if I went something like... Oop, that. Now I'm purposely not using symmetry mode because it does weird things and it's very, very bright on screen. So I'm trying to limit how often I need to use it. If I'm doing detailed design work, like if I'm putting the decorative bits on the ships, then I'll probably use symmetry mode, but for a lot of this stuff that doesn't take me too long to place it twice, I will try not to use it for the sake of those people who find the flashing red light a little off-putting. So this is going to be an Atmos ship, which means we'll go a couple of big batteries there. Then we need some thrusters and gyros. And that's it. That's done. Yeah, let's put the gyros that way. Now, have I made it impossible for me to get access to things? Also, why did I do those differently? How did I do those differently? Yes, I have made it impossible to get access to things. Now, there was a suggestion in my YouTube comments that I really quite liked as a method of dealing with the you gotta get deeper problem. And I think I'm going to try and use it here. So I'm going to place all the things that I want, and then we'll attempt to use undo to allow me to access all the things that I want to get at and weld. So that'll make more sense in a minute. but I think it could be quite a useful way to approach building in general. Now, I don't know if 2 thrusters is going to be adequate for this, because I feel like it might not be. But I'll stick with 2, and then we'll see. Oh man. Who let TFE place these ones? That's better. Had a theory about your weird half-broken projection with the attached ship. I was wondering if you built the platform far enough that you could build the ship, would it then let you build that? No, Wolfie, because it was a separate grid. There was no way, I couldn't interact with it at all. It was a purely visual thing. You can get a similar-ish thing that happens in SE1, where for the host... Where for the host, certain subgrids of a projection will show up on projectors, particularly the display table thing. But they don't show up for anyone else. Actually, maybe I'll move these 2 in and then I can have my forward thrusters tucked in on the side behind the drills. So that goes there. That goes there. So then I can tuck these. Don't know where I'm going to put my sideways thrust yet. We'll figure that out at some point. See, Majestic Dwarf, at the moment, no, what you're suggesting is not possible. The question was, can you use the partial blueprint thing on projections effectively? And no, it doesn't work on projections. I hope that's a function that's coming, because that's kind of one of the things that would make building from projection different to just building from blocks. It's one of those features that makes it really feel different and better. So I really hope they add that. And yes, I have made a thruster ball because I think that's what SE2 wants. For this to feel like it's going to have responsive controls. But yeah, last time I tried to do a partial blueprint copy, and you can't actually do it. Like the tool to try and bring it up, where you press Control P. See how it's highlighting with the blue corners around this block here? Now this block? So I can select it on a properly constructed grid, but if I try and put it onto this, it's actually highlighting the block behind the projection. So, yes, don't forget down thrust. As I said, SE2 seems to want you to make a thruster ball. Actually, I'm going to test something quickly. So if I select this as my partial blueprint, then I go and grab the blocks above it, will it take all of it? No. It doesn't bring the projection even when you select it starting on another block. So it's not selectable at all in the partial blueprint mode, which is sad because that's what we really need. Otherwise, what you have to do is go into creative mode, build the thing that you want to build that's going to be a partial blueprint, put it in your blueprints list, then go back to survival mode, and that's cumbersome. Cargo is here. Cargo is also the cockpit. Cargo is also this connector. No, let's see how much welding how much How much mining by hand I'm going to have to do to build this thing. Nickname this the Dirt Ball. Yeah. Yeah, that fits. What do I got on me? I have nothing. Oh, let's check. I didn't see it in the patch notes, so I'm assuming it's not going to work. Alt, right click. Nope. Where are my tools? Give me them back. We got 5,000 kilos of iron. That should get me started. Gonna need to mine some nickel though, I bet. Da, 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 da. So, I don't need those blocks, so let's get rid of them. Need silicon and nickel for that, but we can get these other blocks placed around it. Oh, how many compressors do I have? Do I have any? I don't have any. I can't make the drills. What do I need to make a compressor? Do I have to make... Can you make a compressor? You can't make a compressor. Oh man! Can't make my drills! Cause I smashed up all my good bits when I was... Okay. Alright. I see how it is. I am denied. Yes, that is true. What I'm going to do then is build some solar panels on this base. Build a couple of batteries on it, and then fly around a bit with my hydrogen chip and see if I find anything. Particularly heading back towards the old grids, because maybe I'll find some useful stuff. Now, I'm not blocked by projection. Oh, actually, let's see if I can build the assembler and stuff. So it's going to be... I imagine it's the assembler, not the smelter. Maybe it's the smelter. I don't have the refinery either yet. Oh, and I now know why I couldn't place the block, or I'm pretty sure, why I couldn't place the block matching this underneath here. It's because, those of you who were paying a lot of attention when I first landed here, I broke a rock object that was here. After reload, I think that rock object starts blocking your ability to place stuff again, even though it's no longer there. So, yeah, that's why. Alright, I'll just shove this down here and see whether I've got the materials to make this. Wire, electronic parts, and motors. Wire, electronic parts, motors. We just need steel plate. Do I have any in there? I do a bit.
Inventory full.
Inventory full.
Inventory full.
Yes, sad lady. I know. Can't be that bad, can it? Alright, what can you make? You can make... not what I need. No! What? I can't make a drill ship until I complete missions in Chemic. Man. Oh dear. Alright, off we go. Drills should not be the good stuff! Drills are not good stuff! Drills are just drills! Just drills. Alright, do we go straight up to there, or do I try and see if I run into an unknown signal? Actually, let's just check inventory on this. We've got a bit of ice, nothing else. Alright, yeah, let's go. Kazuma, you try drilling enough by hand to make something interesting, and you will quickly see why you need to be given a proper drill. It's horrible. It's so bad. It's so slow. It just makes you desire something better. Didn't the mining base have the huge base drill? It did, and I should have stolen more bits, but then I would have crashed that ship. So, I mean, I'd have the compressors to make these drills had I not smashed up so many ships. So I'm really angry at Keen as much as I am at myself. Or to rephrase that, I'm as angry at myself as I am at just like, come on, I want the better things. Oh, you're saying exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, Kazuma. Yes. And we are agreed. Whee! I see no unknown signals, so I'm just gonna go up. Can you steal a drill? I probably could, but I think what I'm gonna have to do is go to Chemic, do a mission there, and hopefully unlock the assembler. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Assembler at some of the mission bases. Yeah, but I can't place it. I can't place the block. Oh, it sounded like aliens on my ship. Yeah, so if we go to production, you can see I have... Oh, I do have the assembler. What's this? Oh, that's the refinery. I do have the assembler. Whoopsie. Huh. I'm gonna go over here, since I'm up here anyway. And because I made a derp of myself. I'm gonna go over here and see what else I left at the starter platform when I left last time. I do have some gold thread, yeah. So I should be able to get some stuff. Cool. I don't have the refinery. I got myself confused because I've got the refinery. Yeah, KLR. Wire is a separate thing made out of copper in this. So it is indeed separate to gold thread. Yes, gold wire. Up! Yeah, things do take a lot of ore to build, but whoops. Okay. Do I have the parts up here? I think I took everything out of... No, I didn't. I did not take everything out of inventory. I will take those combustion chambers and permanent magnet and gold thread. And wire. Take those, because that seems rare. Take that, because that's useful. What else have we got on board this? Okay, so just lots of battery bits. They're useful, but not worth me hauling, I don't think. These, on the other hand, gimme. Then I don't have to mine silicon. Cargo is piped to the connector on this base. Yes, it is. Or it was. That's true. Now, I do have these gravity cores. I don't feel like I need to bring them with me, but I think I will anyway. Anything else I want to steal from this before I go? That's all just steel tubes and plate. I did steal a bunch of steel plate from it the last time I was here. Was there anything in these caves? I don't think there was. No. You've got turbine blades, which might be worth stealing, though. Yeah.
Inventory full.
Inventory full. Alrighty, now we can go home. Where's my GPS for home? Home on the range. So this is when we go back home and discover that while I do have the ability to make an assembler, I don't have the means. Not any real need for the power modules, no. Because of the ability to make them from very minimal material, I can just make more when I want to. Just heading just a little bit, so I head down into the gravity well. There we go, we got some gravity. Now we're good. I'm glad. I feel like every single one of these streams is going to start with me doing something, not realizing that I didn't need to do it. Because it's happened every time. But at least today's started with me going, nice work, Kane. You did good. You listened to some things that were annoying us, and you fixed them, the ones that are easy to fix. And frankly, I very much understand the desire to pick the lower hanging fruit first, and I think that's the right way to go. Yeah, it always makes me happy when anyone with a user-facing thing listens to reasonable feedback. I'm sure I'll explode something today. Might be my PC. If I'm debating whether at the end of today or whether I'll do it on Friday, mess around with adding water to my lakes here. I think I might do some messing around offline before I do it in real. Oh, there is a way up. I was told in a comment how to get rid of those GPS markers, but I'm kind of inclined to leave them while there's still resources at them. Down we go. Down, 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 down. I really need to finish that other down thruster so I can go down quicker. I would show you how to remove those GPS markers, if I could remember. I don't recall. Yeah. There's no gravity for falling while you've got your dampeners on, and I'm deliberately not turning my dampeners off, despite chat encouraging me to do so, because I know what's going to happen, which is it's really dark and I can't see the ground and I don't have an altimeter, so I'll just crash. I don't want to crash this early. I mean, I don't want to crash at all. I mean, sometimes it is funny, but I really don't want to crash at all. I'm happy with this little ship, though. For something that's quite basic, it doesn't look horrible. Okay. Let's go back to building an assembler. Let's see what I need for that. We'll shove it on top. Okay, motor, electronic parts, and gold thread. Let's put... Oh, nope. Grabbed the wrong thing. Just wanting the steel plate. Get those in, because that's a lot. 32 motors. I think I put some more in here. No motors though. Dang it. I'm gonna need to mine some nickel, I think. Yeah. Okay. Let's go find some nickel. No, none of the handy shortcut tools are in the game yet. Well, sorry. Only one of the handy shortcut tools is in the game, and it's not so handy at the moment because it dumps the stuff you don't want it to dump. Well, I'll get the nickel first and we'll see about the gold. I can't recall whether I found any of that sort of fancy stuff from unknown signals. I found magnesium in them, but I don't know whether I found any gold. Yeah, he types stuff like area welding is planned, but if you are someone like me who's going to want to build something in survival and you expect to do lots of detailing with that, and that being a painful process is a no buy for you, then that's where Space Engineers 2 sits right now. Because it doesn't have it. Found an unknown signal with a bit of gold beneath it. Okay. Well, when it's daytime, I can do some flying about. Oh man! Ah, nickel! Finally. And we got 2 of them. Doesn't rain, it pours. Mr. Holiday, I can't watch any of the Keen streams these days. They stream at a time when I am usually getting... Well, I'm sleeping, for one, normally. But if I'm not sleeping, the times that they do it are times when I am getting my son ready to take him to daycare. So I haven't been able to watch a Keen stream in a long, long time. I find out all the stuff after the fact when I read notes or when people tell me stuff. I take Capac to daycare? Oh man, daycare for Capacs, that would be expensive. Who'd want to do that job? How did I end up doing that job? What is this, a daycare for... Imagine the snacks budget. Yep. I think that might be all the nickel. Oh, there's even more. Does Toby like his daycare? Yeah. Yeah, the teachers there are... they're nice people. They do a good job of making each kid feel special. And he's got some friends there that he plays with and runs around like a lunatic. It's a lot easier dropping him off when I know that. Yeah, the ore deposits are tiny. There are some bigger ones you can get lucky and find, but most are tiny. I've seen some screenshots on Reddit of some people who found some bigger ones, but yeah. Actually, some of my interactions on Reddit have been quite amusing this week. People being surprised that I post anything there, for one. But as far as Reddit goes, the Space Engineers subreddit's actually quite nice and friendly and helpful. And I try and contribute to that. Yeah. There are more deposits of ore, but there is less in each one. What I'm hopeful this means is that Kina, and I've got no evidence to support this, I just feel like I can see a gameplay path to this. The tiny little deposits we have right now are there to allow you to get started with your hand drill. So they're near the surface, but they're small. And later on, what we'll have is a second layer of ore deposits that are deeper and bigger. Potentially even deeper beyond the depth of a hand drill detecting from the surface. That would be the way I would do it. That's probably the way I should phrase this. I would, if I was in their boat, their shoes, to try and fix the issues with letting players get started but not needing to use stone. Make lots of little deposits near the surface, and then make some big ones that are too deep to detect with your hand drill. So you must detect them with a grid detector. That way you can get started, you don't use stone, but you can also set up proper drilling rigs later once you've got this ability to do so. Part of me that wants to see if I can do that with SE, with the original now. Set up a scenario that works that way, because it does. Having stone produce so much resource is kind of, it does break a lot of the interesting parts of the game. Yeah, you potentially would need a switch to stop seeing the tiny deposits, because they could be quite annoying. Or implement something like the seismic ore scanning mod, where you can see the size of the deposit before you approach it. So you just go, no, I'm not going to look at any of those little ones. I want to look at this big one right here. 680 nickel. Whoa! That's possibly going to get me the stuff I needed. I've only got 31% power left, so I need to go home anyway. Oh, now I see more nickel as well. Tempted to make a GPS of this. Let's just see how my power goes. Come on. Get me in there. I really feel like I need to do a direct comparison between the tier 2 drill and the tier 1 because I'm not feeling much difference. Maybe this is quicker, but it doesn't feel very different. Has anyone else upgraded their tools and been like, I feel like I'm maybe making fewer doom holes, but that's also potentially down to technique, like fewer bits where my head's clipping through the soil. Life support in danger. How well does the game run on my rig? It runs okay. I am upscaling to some extent to 4K, which is why you get some weird ghosty stuff happening from time to time. But that's running on a 3090, and the way SE2 seems to be behaving at the moment, more VRAM is very much important for interacting with the user interface. So if you're one of the people who's having troubles with bringing up the inventory or other interface screens, turn down your textures because you're probably capping VRAM. And so if you do that, you will find that things tend to run smoother. I first found out about this when I was just reading what people had said, and someone noticed it as something that helped them, and I was like, huh. Replied it. A few people commented to me that they'd had that problem, that the interface was really, really slow. I suggested they turn down their texture quality, and they found that it fixed the problem. So if you're having that issue, give it a go, and let me know if you find that it makes a difference, because that's an important data point for Keen. Because, yeah, apparently we can't have nice things, and we can't have graphics cards that are affordable with a decent amount of VRAM. There we go, Firethorn Rose. I just did it and it fixed my issue. Excellent. Yeah, it's, yeah. Did I build an ore detector on this thing? I don't think I did. No. Probably could put one on. Construction, electronics wire. Construction, electronics wire.
Inventory full.
There we go. Now I can go scouting and we can see if we find anything fancy. My assumption is I'm not going to. Now I want grid. Huh? Oh no. Never mind. Well, so that's a terrible spot for me to put the ore detector because now I can't use that in my inventory, but I shouldn't need to anyway.
Inventory full.
I also noticed that you need to restart your world from time to time, otherwise the game starts to freeze. Yes, there are memory leaks. There was a really bad one there with one of the hotfixes. But there are still other memory leaks. So that's what you're probably experiencing there. Ore detection range. Or filter select. Okay, we don't want to find iron. We don't want to find ice. Don't think I really care about finding copper or cobalt or nickel or silicon. So that should hopefully make it more obvious when something fancy shows up. Which I'm gonna guess is not gonna happen. But I can't do anything more while I'm here, so I'm gonna head off this way. I'll swing around to the far side of the existing mission markers and we can see if I find anything left of my wrecks. Hope you can see more than we can. No. I can see that unknown signal at least. So we can head there. The ore detector be linked to an antenna, and does it increase the range to which you can see the ores? It doesn't increase the range at which the ore detector detects, but it means you can know that it's detected things if you're outside of that grid. Oh, I parked on the wrong side. What do we have in here? A seat. We've got some magnesium powder. Now, I'm not going to bother taking steel plate because, well, it's steel plate. I will take turbine blades and motors. And magnesium, and magnesium bar, and magnesium powder. Construction components, probably not worth taking. Bed doesn't have anything fancy in it. What about you? Medkit? Sure, why not? Hydrogen tank has more turbine blades. I'll take you. That has ice and has some magnesium ore. We've got another solar panel. And I'll turn you off. Cool. Nothing too exciting there, but at least it was something. Wow, that filled up quickly. Keep going. Yeah, you paint grids with the paint gun. The paint gun is not an actual physical tool. It's just something that you can select like a tool, but it doesn't actually appear in your inventory. You don't need to make sure you're carrying one or anything like that. Which I think was the right approach to the paint gun. It would just be annoying if you always had to carry the tool. Maybe? I think it's an acceptable approach is maybe the better way to put that. I would like it to be physicalized, but I can see why other people would not. Oh, Ada, that's a great way to put where your expectations are at. Visuals were good, just without RTX, but I'm the type of person who thinks landscapes in Minecraft on 1080p are pretty. My expectations may be low. I'm not sure I would agree that Empyrion's approach to texture tools is a good one. Empyrion's approach to texturing of blocks, apart from the visual plasticky look of it, I would say is good, yes. So I was having a think about why SE2's controls might feel a bit weird to people who have played a lot of SE1. And one of the things that occurred to me was that the mouse control, the way we do it, the way we steer a ship here, with it chasing the marker, gives me a lot of the same feelings as playing a racing game, but driving in third person. So there's this lag from when you do an action to when you see the effects of that action when you're in third person. Because this tiny little movement of the ship isn't always, or the car, isn't always immediately apparent. Then you switch to first person and I'm talking racing games here, you switch to first person and it's immediate. You know straight away. You know exactly where the car's moving and how it's behaving. And I do wonder how much difference you'd notice in first person here. But it does seem like there is a touch of a latency to it, and maybe that's what's upsetting people as much as the controls being different. It's that there is a feeling that it's delayed. And delayed input controls, when you're used to instantaneous feedback, is the sort of thing that would bug people. Yeah, it feels like No Man's Sky, and No Man's Sky did not feel responsive or fluid to me. I think I'm flying close enough to the ground that I could detect something if it were there. Well, let's head back to we'll head to these camps, check them out quickly. I don't think there was anything fancy at these early ones though, so I don't think there's much point in going there. I think it might be time to head to Chemic. There might be some things to grind down, true, but maybe we'll get something better in the mission in Chemic. Yeah, something I'm thinking of doing with my ships to see if I can overcome some of the awkwardness and the delayed feeling of the input is massively over gyro and more thrusters in other directions to make it feel more responsive, because it really doesn't feel responsive. And so I hope Keen makes it an option. So we don't have to use the mouse lead controls, and we can use direct inputs. Because I think that as an option would make a lot of people happy. Oh yeah, the power draw on this is because I've still got ice. So my tanks are full and keep getting refilled every time I burn, and the ice gets consumed. Once that ice is gone, it'll be better. Wait a second. Oh, there's an ore detector on that platform, isn't there? That's why I'm seeing those ones, even though I didn't ask for them. Being such a negative Nancy, Wolfie. Such a negative Nancy. They'll be fine. And if they're not, it's an excuse to build stuff. Oh wait, I want to fast travel, I don't want to park here. Oh, here we go. Alright, asteroids. There's a renegade hideout somewhere in the asteroid field. Locate and neutralize the hideout by getting rid of their power generation systems. Okay. Production blocks tier 2, gas production tier 2, hybrid movement tier 2. Help them build a mining ship. Well, let's do the other one first. Then we'll come back, get the mining ship, and we'll take it home. Or at least the parts. So they won't need it after the mission's complete, will they? What's with me coming into the safe zone nice and slow? Sometimes it's quicker. Sometimes it's actually quicker to be a bit careful. Has Splitsy learned nothing of trying to appropriate other ships? I've learnt that landing gear didn't work nicely. I've learnt that anything that's a little bit off from center of mass doesn't work nicely. I've also learnt that I'm flying at this asteroid directly, which is a mistake. What else have I learnt? I've probably learnt some other things, I'm sure. Maybe. Stuff. Question is it good stuff? I would say yes. I would say yes, this is good stuff. Yep. I'll take your ion chambers. Thank you, unidentified flying cheese. Thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. Thanks so much, man. Yes, man, Scottish cake. No, I tried to take a mining ship home by joining to sledge with the connector. It is unflyable even with mining ship gyros and thrusters off. I know it's risky. I know. Don't worry. You know what? Part of me thinks I should mark this place because there's some stuff here that might be of value. To collect when I have the means to collect it. Like these heavy plate that I can't actually carry right now. What I was thinking of doing with the mining ship was actually just grinding down the bits that I really want from it, so I can make my own when I get back. So I just want the parts from the mining ship. Oh, okay. This is one of the cool things about having mixed single grid size. These shipping containers look so much cooler than they could possibly look in SE1. It's a small thing, but it is a cool thing. Stainless steel. I can't imagine that's the most useful thing in space. Not exactly worried about oxidization of things, are we?
Inventory full.
Drop you, don't want you. I mean, I do, but I don't have enough space to carry steel plate home. We've got... Okay, we've got stuff that's worth finding in these other containers. Titanium sheets. More stainless steel. I'm probably forgetting something about stainless steel that would make it useful in space. Which containers have I searched? Those. That one. One that's on fire. Not this one though. Shower. Electronic parts. Steal your battery. That doesn't help me. At all. Or unless... Hang on. Yeah. That does help me. Yoink.
Inventory full.
Let's put a temporary battery on this sucker. Unless, did I put a big battery? I never did put a big battery on it, did I? No. There we go. Told you power wasn't going to be a problem. Because I had a plan. Now, active contract. Let's go. Hi, is this the new If Freelancer Had a Child with Space Engineers one game? I would say this is the game that happens when Space Engineers and Empyrean went to marriage counseling. Or Space Engineers started hooking up with No Man's Sky. Could be either. Alright, while I'm cruising, I'm going to slow down a bit. Let's not make this too bad. While I'm cruising, I'm going to do a quick stretch. And I will be right back. This one. Yeah, I didn't do too bad guessing the amount of time I had and how long it would take to get here and what speed I was going. Not too shabby. Arakasi, I believe that Keen's plan is to do something along the lines of separate sectors having different resources, so you have a reason to go to each. How fun that ends up being, we'll have to see. Because I'm trying to think, it certainly can be fun to have to travel and explore different areas to get different resources. But it can also go wrong. Let's turn my ore detector back on. To detect iron. The way that I feel like it can go wrong is... I'd say Enshrouded is an example of how it goes wrong, where you're forced to travel a lot. For me, the fast travel in Enshrouded takes away from the game. You don't really experience distance, you don't really experience stuff, and I think it sort of makes me feel like I'm rushing, and that I should rush. And that takes away from some of the fun too. While things like technology acquisition can be more fun, like JRL's saying, where you go to a place, you only have to go to it once, which means they don't have to give you fast travel, or like super easy fast travel anyway, because you don't have to do it repeatedly. As soon as something needs to be done over and over and over again, from a game design perspective, it kind of needs to be made easy-ish to do. Because if it's not, then it's pain. Alright, let's see what else we got here. Don't need to take ice with me. We'll take electronic parts. Oh, cheeky hidden door. Clever, I like it. What are you? Gatling cannon, which has motors and steel tubes. Nah, I won't bother with that. Anything else around here? We got 2 entrances. Yeah. So I can either go down... Where was the other bit? So I can go down that way, or I can go down this way. I'm going to go down this way first. Oh. Can I get in there? What's through? Yeah, we're going to go through that. Yeah, surprise interior turret. I would be very surprised if there was an interior turret. Knowing that the game doesn't have any things like that yet. I'll take that. Oh man, where's my voice gone? Come back! Ah. I'm gonna put that down to the fact that there is a lot of smoke around at the moment. There are some bushfires that have been burning this week that are relatively close to my house. And I say relatively in the sense that they're about 6 kilometers away, but close enough that the smoke is significant. Okay, let's destroy the refinery. Like 10 houses burned down that were right near the railway line, which is pretty tragic for those people.
Inventory full.
She really does sound like she's on a record. Getting scratched. Inventory full. Oh, so much heavy duty plate that I'm just throwing on the ground because I can't carry it. And I didn't build my ship with enough cargo. Or enough thrust to actually have cargo. So that's the other problem. That's enough compressors for me to make my drill ship, isn't it? Because it was compressors that I was trying to make, right? I assume that's... Is that to the same door? Nope, another door. Okay, that's that. There's so much here. So much in this place. It's almost too much. I'm overwhelmed. So much I want to steal. I mean, so much I want to relocate. After all, these guys are pirates. Oh, Capac's gonna have a field day when he does this mission. All these little hidden nooks for things. Oh, man. Well, at least there's nothing too fancy in a gear forge, so I don't really worry about that. Yeah. I need to keep looking around to see if there's anything with gold thread. That's a good point. Search for the stuff that I specifically need rather than being too desperate to pick up everything. So we've checked in here. That's a shower. We've been here, but we'll take that and that. Haven't been in here. Magnesium powder. Ah, gold thread. There we go. Nice. That's enough. That's enough for me to build the assembler. Gravity cores are big, so I'm not going to bother stealing that, I don't think. I don't think it's a good idea. Yeah, I needed 4 more because I had 8. I needed 8 and I had 4 already. So that's gotten me everything I need. Let's just do a disconnected inventory quick scan and see whether there's anything else good in loot that I need to find. Oh, what's that? That's a fancy thing. That is in a crate. Great. There's a crate somewhere that's got a thing that I don't recognize the thing of. I have the compressors. Do I need an assembler? Not for the compressors, but for something at some point, yes. Probably. I assume? Maybe? You asked for one of these grinders for Christmas. Do you know what I asked for Christmas? I am... I want... And there's really no purpose to this, but I kind of want it, and I probably won't actually get it, but I kind of want it. It's a mulcher, so I can put stuff into a machine that just rips it into tiny little pieces. Hopefully not fingers. Really don't want fingers going in that machine. Where is this crate? Where is it hiding from me? And my no sense of direction. Why a machine? Because a machine works and a Capac doesn't. I mean, if he has the option, he won't work. have no idea where that crate is. Oh well. I am not going to search any further. That is enough. Thanks, Cutlass. Thank you for the Prime sub. Now, I thought I had something that looked like that bit that I saw in the loot, but it doesn't look like I do. Because it wasn't one of the ion chambers, but it was something cylindrical-ish. But I don't know what. Was it a gravity thingy? I didn't think it was. It didn't seem chunky enough for the gravity thingy. Thanks, Condog. Now, I don't know where this is, and I'm not going to be able to come back here and find it, so maybe I'll GPS this, because this could be a good spot to come back for, like, general resources if it turns out that mining is not as productive as I would like it to be. So let's make a new GPS. We'll call this Pirate Base for looting. Can't hide you though, so I don't want to make too many markers. Crunch. Yeah, free pirate booty. That's what I should have called it. No, I don't like Capax put everything on the HUD all the time. I'm going the wrong way. I do like Capac's sense of direction, but I don't like his HUD. Thanks, Ghostlim. Thank you for the 100 bits. Is that third area open? I don't think so. Oh, Neon God, that sounds terrifying. Just use a grinder and cut a flap out of the mower deck instant mulcher. Nope. Nope. Also, no way am I getting a goat. I do not want to have to consider where the goat is versus where I'm going to hang my laundry to dry. Goats are Goats are hungry for everything. Oh, also, unknown signal. We're going there. Although my inventory is nearly full. Ah! Temptation gets me. I do wonder what Charlie would do with a goat. Especially since a goat would likely be smaller than her. I really do wonder what she would do with a goat. She's very interested in cats. As in, she looks at them like she looks at anything she might hunt. I don't know how she'd react to something like a goat. And I don't think I want to find out. Is this the same unknown signal? I wonder if it is. Looks very similar. I should still have in my inventory in here. Yeah, so I can get rid of that power module if I need a bit more space. Wonder what that power module's doing in terms of... Wait. Press the wrong button. X marks the crash. Battery has 28% left. Alright, cool. So we'll steal the new one and swap it out. Ditch the old one. We've got more ion. Yeah, this is the same thing. I'm gonna regret not taking these ion chambers, I can bet. Oh, I really shouldn't have started this spinning. Gimme. Yeah, I don't think a goat is a good idea. An amusing one, but maybe not a good one. Yeah, I hope they can stop the UI flickering when it... with the grinding. Give like a safe zone around something so that you can have it still function even when it's not perfectly on it after you've clicked something interacting with it. So I was thinking about that the other day, like the way it flickers, like if I see that now, if I left click while this is up, it stays up and it gives me a bigger dead zone around it before it switches to a different object, making those hopefully stop disappearing as easily. I think that would be potentially useful for SE as well. Like if you start on something and you start a tool activating on it, that makes a bigger dead zone around it. If you're not activated, then the dead zone is small and is right on the cursor. No idea what those radio communications components are going to be useful for, but I guess I will find out at some point. I mean, it... yeah, so it would make sense that a dog would end up boss over a goat. Since, you know, it's the whole herbivore versus carnivore thing. So it was interesting. I was talking to someone who a few years back, one of my friends at work, she's like has horses and has dogs, and we were just talking about, because I was taking Charlie to dog training. I would talk about the differences in training dogs versus training horses, and it's the whole, well, one's a prey animal and one's a hunter. So they're going to be motivated in potentially very different ways. And then you meet that goat, the one born with attitude. Yeah. Yeah. It's true. As soon as I think Charlie would have to accept the thing as this is part of the family, and then she'd be just like this she is with Toby, which is extremely tolerant of everything. She always checks to make sure she knows which people are home, which of her people. Is Toby in his room? Can I wake him up? No, dog, do not wake up the toddler. I can now imagine a goat just casually trying to jump on top of Charlie every time he's around. I can see that too. If the goat was just a kid... Scientific field station, eh? You sound like you might have stuff to steal. Especially since I haven't done your... Maybe I have done that contract. I don't know. I mean, repurpose. Not steal. It's not stealing, it's repurposing. That looks kind of trippy with the Terminator. of the planet visible. I kind of like it. Well, it'd be boring on a permanent basis if I didn't crash my ships as often as I do. That would... Though, I think at this rate, I don't think anything I do is permanent. Complete! Hooray! Restoration tier 2. Oh, med bays, yay. Gyroscope tier 2 and grid control tier 2. Oh, the big stuff. That's what it's unlocking. Yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. It's not pirating, it's surprise salvaging. Let's check out my ship and see if I can ever exit the correct way. How do I do that? How do I always go out the wrong way? Let's ditch you. I want to ditch the steel plate. Yeah, I think I do.
Inventory full.
Alright, that's full now. I don't know if magnesium has any use yet, so I may be holding on to it for no good reason, but I don't know, so I can't be sure. How do you make and delete custom GPS markers again? So you go to map, you click the GPS tab, you click add GPS marker to create a GPS marker where you currently are, which is realistically going to be the most accurate way to do it. Or you right click on this and you try and create a GPS marker on the surface. Which is doable, but not ideal. So yeah, I do add GPS marker, then to delete it, select one, hit delete, as you can see down here. Okay, and next thing is I've cleared a little bit of inventory, so let's check out that research station for a sec. Where is it? Oh, it's where my active contract is. Dang it! I should have gone and looted it first, because I could have looted it twice. Too bad you don't have the Kamak pointer in SE2 yet. Huh. I think SE2's UI might actually make it possible to make that a mod. Rather than what I have to do at the moment with SE, which is actually replace a game file. Might have to look into that. What I really need to look into is... audio modding in SE2 is hard because it uses file formats that you can't just easily replace one file of. You have to do it's like a whole collapsed, it's like a zipped file. Oh, gold. Well, overall, is that planet Pertum 2? In some respects, yes, but it's nowhere near as smooth as Pertum. Pertum was built with rovers in mind. Like, it was designed with rovers in mind. Whereas Kamak does not appear to be. Look at those hills and mountains. That's not going to be an easy drive. Finish construction of the mining ship. Alright. Give me some parts then. Nope. Nope. Yoink. Can I claim you? Oh. Sure, why not? Oh yeah, more bits. More bits. So for these missions, highly recommend searching for bits in all of the cargo containers around there. It will save you a lot of time. So for the most part, they have supplied what you need a lot of the time. Yeah, steel plate. More steel plate. Technologist, the painting tool is what you need to change the color of blocks. This thing, which can be found under your character gear. Right here. And the instructions of how to use it are just above your hotbar. Where am I going to find those other compressors? Gimme! What else are you complaining that I have to fix? Cockpit. Alright. Do you guys have any resources in you? Or any other connected inventories with resources? No. I reckon I've got the parts to fix this without having to mine anything, but let's have a check of what's over here anyway. There's another ion chamber. Perfect. More compressors for the other drill. Don't want you. We'll grab the iron because I reckon they're in there for a reason. And that appears to be all. Yes, indeed. Steel plates with an A. And also... yoink. Okay, drill's done. Ion thruster should be able to get done. Now it's just the cockpit left. What's got motors other than these? You know what? I want you. Nope. I'm sure they won't notice that that's gone missing. They won't suspect the contractor. Never. Electronic noises. Oh, there's lead on this asteroid too. I think I'm going to be coming back here a few times to loot this place. Let's just go in. Do-do-do-do-do. That looks weird. But am I getting anything? Nope. Objective complete. We need to investigate this more closely. Unfortunately, one of our scientists crashed our science ship. Please locate it, fix it, then bring it to the anomaly. The scientist remembers entering a cave near an iron deposit. Oh, man. Let's make an easier path in and out. Man, is it time to build a cargo ship? Yeah, but I really like my little scout. I really like it. Why did they remove stone in SE2? Because they need a voxel material that doesn't yield resources. To make the game have any sort of resource economy that they can control, they need a basic material that does not yield resources. And I reckon they regretted making stone the way you start almost the instant they did it for that reason. Because the number of things that I've tried to do to SE to make up for that particular thing, and the fact that stone is just an infinite resource effectively, you can kind of see why it's a problem. And I think from a gameplay perspective, I think they needed to get rid of it. I don't think it was a... Can I fly you at all? No, you are not functional. Crunchy, crunch, crunch. Like, I felt like the resource game in SE1 was better before we got resources from stone. I might be alone there, but I did feel it was better before then. But they didn't really have a means to do things differently. Other than if they'd done what we were talking about earlier, which is make it so you had tiny little deposits of the needed materials all around on the surface, and then a way to somehow filter those from your ore detector. But I don't know, and someone who knows the way the ore detector works better than I do might be able to say. But I don't know that there's a way to actually make the ore detector do that at all. And I wonder if that's why it just was like, oh, this isn't going to work. We can't do it this way. Where did I make my mining hole? There it is. There's my potato hole. You can put anything on anything, Kilo Golf. So you can make a little utility ship like this that looks kind of like a ute, or for the North Americans, pickup. It's the same, because everything works everywhere. Oh, you meant I can? I could put these on my scout ship, but I'm worried about how much lift capacity I have. That's my concern. That's why I haven't added cargo. Alright, so this is a base to mark the location of, because there is good stuff here for stealing later. Including 2 full ships. I just... I just tried to hit enter to type /GPS. There we go. Yep. Habits, habits, habits. And I think I've got enough materials on board here that I don't need to steal any more. I've got compressors and I've got the gold thread. I've got 8 more in my personal inventory. Yeah, we're good. You have to take them all now. They will disappear with reload. What? No, they shouldn't. All this should belong to me now, which is mine. Can you tow the other ship? Technically, yes. Practically, no. Maybe blueprint them? Meh. I think they might get cleaned up if they run out of power before you get back to them. That might happen. I can see that being a cleanup state. But whatever, there's useful stuff there regardless. Because every contract ship and base that I've been to so far has not removed any element of it. Oh, poop. Should be able to cut down the trees to make houses. I honestly, I get why people like the idea of being able to do that, but I also feel like it's just a bit to do it. Like in games where in space games where I've been able to start my constructions with wood, it really doesn't feel like it adds anything meaningful to the experience. I don't know how to pronounce that, but we'll go with Shurnian. Yeah, I'm not aware of any ways to fix the thruster flame missing other than restarting the game either. Now, do I want to do a mission or do I want to go back home? I think I want to go back home and we'll come back and deal with these missions later. Although I feel like these might be like nearing the last missions. I think I've got 3 more to go based on that being 40% and these being 20. But I've got a scout ship full of materials that I want to take back to my base, so I'm going to do that. See, using trees to get carbon for steel, I'm down for that because that's stationeers. Rider of the Night Fury, glad the tutorials are helpful. I think I'm going to need to make some for SE2. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to approach them at the moment, because the game doesn't actually teach you anything. But it also doesn't start you in a position where you can learn things, because you need to do the missions first to unlock stuff to be able to build the things you might want to build. Which makes it for a very tricky way for me to talk through how you might want to approach it. Dapper Dragon, the resource management in this is... similar to Space Engineers? I know there are some people who are going to adamantly disagree with me on that statement. But it is similar. If you've played the previous enough, you would be able to pick this up in an instant because you'd recognize a lot of the familiar things. Yes, it does it in slightly different ways, but it is at its core similar. But I mean, I think that's true of most survival games these days. If you have played enough of them, you will be able to pick up most of them. I can blame my 4,000 Space Engineers hours on Splitsy and Capac. I think Capac might be upset for being blamed about that. I wouldn't, but I think Capac might. So far, the missions feel more like a fly and loot game than an engineering game. Yeah, they are. I'm not going to give Keen much grief about that for one reason, and I'm on the wrong side of this mountain, aren't I? Oh, no, I'm not. I'm not. For one reason, I've struggled to come up with engineering games or engineering gameplay for Space Engineers, even when I'm using real humans to be the antagonists to create those situations. It's really, really hard. It's so hard to figure out actual engineering things that you can do within the limits of the engine that are going to give the player a sense of achievement. It's really hard. Hooray! I have an assembler in a really, really weird spot. Oh, I'm gonna need more cargo. Soon? Because so much of stuff that Space Engineers, the original, has been built around is combat. It's combat engineering, not just engineering for the sake of engineering. The stuff that I dreamed of trying to figure out ways to implement were things like the river crossings in a Top Gear special. The vehicle that breaks down that needs repairs and needs maintenance. Those sorts of things. And I've got no idea how to make those actually work. Because for the first one, the river crossing, you kind of need something you can't do. Which is soft voxel. You can't do soft voxel, which means you can't have like bridges that sink into the mud. And that sort of stuff.
Inventory full.
And that's kind of what I feel like those would need. So yeah, for that reason I don't unless I can make something better, in that particular instance, because I have tried to make something better. I find it harder to be as critical as I would be about other things that I can't do. But that one I'm like, oh, I've actually tried that. I actually can't do it. I cannot make the big cargo yet. No. I think I'm close to unlocking it, but yeah, have not yet. There we go. Offloaded. And let's swap out this battery. These ones are probably dead, aren't they? 19%. Oh, wait, no, swap my batteries. I've got batteries on the base that charge. They were set to charge, didn't I? I made those. Yes, I did. Yeah. Nice. I really should put some solar panels here so I actually gain power. Yeah. Let's do those solar panels that I was talking about last time. How would I want to support them? Let's build some of these guys. Maybe across from there. Could look alright. Something like this. Just as a short-term solution. I want to make a proper solar thing later, but I feel like this could work in the short term. No! Really? You don't want to place there? How rude. What? Huh? Well, that doesn't make any sense. Why did flipping that upside down make that work? I don't understand. Alright, let's grab some steel plate. Get this welded up quickly. I'll also put my batteries back in my ship. Da-da-da-da. The 10 meter solar panels give 4 megawatts of power. I like this change. Solar power, just by its nature in games like this, I think tends to be the more interesting approach to power than, say, wind or something that's more consistent. Just because it gives you, it forces you to have something because there's a known point when it runs out. Forces you to have something else. Electronic steel plate wire. Electronic parts, where are you? There you are. Wire.
Inventory full.
No, SE2 does not have programmable blocks or anything even remotely like it. Not yet. They haven't made any specific mentions of anything like that as far as I'm aware. Has anyone seen anything like that? I don't think they have. Let's see, please complain more about the lack of build planners than imagine it. That doesn't feel like an easy thing for them to fix, though. That's why I think that hasn't been fixed.
Inventory full.
Yeah, wind power in Stationeers has some limitations that I don't think SE can really pull off in the same way. Because it has atmospheric density that is relevant for a lot of things.
Inventory full.
You're worried about programmable blocks because they're planning for consoles? Well, yeah. There are two ways to look at consoles and their impact on SE. There is the common response from people on PCs that stuff's getting dumbed down for consoles, which in some cases does hold some truth. I'm not sure it's true in SE's case. But I think if we look specifically at SE, consoles have, since they came along, forced Keen to do a lot of performance optimizations, some of which have made the game more frustrating. So the rate at which voxels change with your drill is performance optimization. So they made voxels update less frequently to make it more performant. On the other hand, I would be willing to put at least a small bet on the fact that we have event controllers because of consoles. And even if you take all of the other stuff out, if you say, if like Keen told me the only reason you got event controls is because we got consoles, then I would say, thank you, consoles. No hesitation. Event controllers are honestly my favorite thing that ever happened. Other than planets, maybe? And wheels? Event controllers are like way up there on my list of biggest meaningful update to Space Engineers. And if we have an in-game means of programming, like using event controllers or something similar that's a bit more restricted than what programmable blocks can do, then I think for a lot of purposes that will help, and then for those of us on PC, we will probably just have mods to do the stuff that programmable block scripts do instead. Which may not be ideal, but at least can meet a lot of those goals. Yeah, I think event controllers are just the example I chose, but yes, I'm sure a lot of people would want like full logic controllers and whatnot. Let's have a look at my batteries. Let's see if they are charging. Time until full 7 minutes. You guys need to now go onto auto, because now you can charge. Time until full 43 minutes, and now, no, those are still quick. Cool. That's all right. That means they'll be nearly fully charged, probably near the end of the day. Dark Dragon, SE1 being on console and PC and having programmable blocks isn't as sound an argument as you might think. And that's because it had programmable blocks before we had it on console. They predate consoles by years. Many years.
All the way back to the 1960s.
Indeed. How's it going, Kabak?
Yo. What's happening?
I was just returning to my base with my loot from my latest expedition. I can now actually build my drill ship. I think. Yeah. I should be able to get started on that in a second, but I'm actually going to take... a jump off a cliff. I am actually going to take a quick bio break, just as you show up.
Oh no.
Yeah, ideal.
You did this on purpose.
I deny everything. I'll be right back.
Oh, good. I don't know how I'm supposed to talk as 6 or 7 of me at once, since I don't have a soundboard of my own voice clips. What shenanigans has Splitsy been up to? built a little helipad on the side of a mountain, apparently. I haven't watched what he got up to in the second part. So I haven't seen the continuation of the missions. Which is what I'll be doing a bit later. I have started my own playthrough. I've done one stream last week. What's he up to the fourth part already? I knew he was ahead of me. I didn't think he was that far ahead. I thought he'd only done one extra. I have not. Tommaso. I haven't actually watched any Critical Role stuff. Only 9%. Wow, he's snoozing. Well, I am slowly beginning to build up my Capac clone army in real life. The Capac Commandos has 3 members so far, with Mr. Beer Seeker in the body shop for painting as we speak. I might, in fact, do some more work on him tomorrow. If you save up your Capac coins, you too can become a Capac Commando. I'll pick a new color. I will wait until they put orange in.
Or will you see if there's a way to add orange in?
Well, I won't. Someone else might do it for me.
Would you ever consider asking someone else to do it for you? Or will you just wait for that other person to get frustrated enough that they just do it for you?
Well, with any luck, when they add multiplayer, they will be adding in that kind of thing at the same time, because it would make sense. So hopefully it won't even be an issue.
By the time you're actually being looked at by someone else?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes some sense. Just pouring myself a drink while I... Ready? I have a Bundaberg passion fruit sparkling drink. Which are actually pretty good.
Sparkling drink?
Yeah. The passion fruit flavored Bundaberg stuff. Alright, so let's get some stuff built.
I've got a Japanese grape soda, which I knew I should have grabbed it.
I need motors and glass. Motor, glass. The Dapper Dragon, the workshop support is pretty much identical to SE1.
Oh, update.
Yeah, there's been an update. SE2 got an update, and it's added some nice things.
Oh, what got added?
Well, shall we go through it again, chat? For those that missed it at the start. There is now easy access to the debug menu with Control F12.
Oh, nobody wants that.
It's like they watched one of my streams and went, oh yeah, we can do that. Oh yeah, we can do that. Oh yeah, we can do that. Because the next thing is, we can now switch between creative and survival just in the save menu.
Well, they clearly didn't watch my stream then. With my one complaint that there was a severe lack of orange.
I've got to look. I've got to look into what can be done around that because there are ways to change the color palette.
Yeah,
They already exist.
I'm having a look now, but I think Google's AI might be lying at me.
Okay, Kabak. What you need to do for when you go live. Actually, I can probably do it. Let's check. So yeah, they've also added it. They've made it so you have creative scenario that has the full Almagist system, and there is also a Velation Station Start, which is sandbox scenario without tutorial or story, where you can just do stuff from Velation Station. But
oh, yeah.
What I want to look for...
Yep, that sounds like a checklist of things you were complaining about in the first stream.
If I grab this color picker palette and subscribe to it, and wait for it to download, and then we go in game, we do a little cheeky creative mode so that we can actually paste it, and a medbay, so I might do it as a separate grid. Let's go creative global on.
Yeah, Google's AI seems to be getting Space Engineers 1 and 2 confused.
Oh, big surprise that. Okay, so what we need to do is blueprints. I need to go to blueprints, color palette picker. Oh boy. This thing's enormous. Oh man, this thing's so big. I might just jam it in the side of the mountain, actually. There we go. Now, what color do I want to replace? I want to keep my yellow because I've been using it. I will get rid of the greens because I'm not using those. Your orange is somewhere around here, you'd say, right? This one? Maybe that one?
What the? Yeah, any of those would be fine.
Okay, so now in my color picker wheel, I now have an orange. Now if I go back down here, and we grab a battery. Oh, can I actually make a medbay in creative mode even though I don't have it unlocked? Yes. No, it doesn't work. Okay, we're gonna have to mod this. This was the method I was curious if it would work. Whether this used the same palette. Okay. So that means I'm gonna have to look into things. Ugh. I don't feel confident about this. I don't feel confident at all. Oh wait, I did unlock the medbay. I think. Yeah, what can the assembler make? I didn't actually look. It can make compressors, motherboards, combustion chambers, pressure pipes, ion chambers. It was a combustion chamber that was the cylindrical object that I saw was in loot somewhere, but didn't find it. Reactor cores, hard drives. Why have we got hard drives? Surely we'd have SSDs. Did I choose a spot for an ore detector on my drill ship? No, because I'm an idiot. I did not. So we shall remove those two. Place them lower down. And we'll put it on there. Ta-da! There we go, that works. Bits! Yeah, I got gyros on this. Alright, back to welding this up. Let's get some more steel plate.
Inventory full.
What have I got in my inventory that's big? I don't need. Huh. See you, types. So, Quebec, what's your plan for your stream today?
Yeah, just continue with missions and things.
Where... How far did you end up getting through Chemic's missions? You got to Chemic, didn't you? The second planet?
Nope.
Oh, you haven't? Ah, okay. I forgot what you were up to because I, as you well know, I streamed a lot of this last week.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Chat was saying this might be your 4th stream. I thought this was your 3rd stream.
No, this is my 4th. Because I did the Tuesday morning, with the ones we did together, because that was the day it released. Then I did Wednesday, then I did Friday, and now I've done today.
Ah, you did one on Friday as well.
Yeah.
So have you... No, those look like mission markers over there. So you've still got like contracts available.
I do. Those mission markers are bugged.
I see.
So they don't count. Thank you for letting me know that I'd done these thrusters upside down. Because they are my down thrust, not my up thrust. Now I put the ore detector here. Where did I have it? Huh?
Yeah, I'm not finding anything for custom suit colors.
Yeah. I think it's going to involve me actually figuring out if it's possible rather than and where that information's stored and how to make it work.
I can't even find people talking about that.
Inventory full.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, it might end up becoming one of those things where I'm like, Grass, do you know how this works? Because he often does. He likes to pretend he doesn't. Oh, steel plate. I like steel plates too big. Takes up so much space in your inventory.
Inventory full.
There's a color editing area in dev debug mode sorting passing. Yeah, there might be something in the debug mode that would let you change your suit color. Alright, so now we're going to do the thing that I wanted to test earlier and see how viable it is as a means for us to dig into a ship to build stuff and undo those changes quickly. So if I remove this drill, I then go and weld this up because I wasn't going to be able to reach it without doing that. I'll grab some steel tubes so I'm not using up my iron for that. So I think I've still got plenty of them.
Inventory full.
Weld this. Weld that. What else do I need? I need motors.
Inventory full.
Capex still searching?
I don't think I'm going to have much luck.
No. It is I think it's a more niche topic than either of us would appreciate. And then I can press Control Z and the drill's back. So I think that's the way, and I wish I could remember who suggested this to me in a YouTube comment, because I was like, oh, that's great. That really does work. But I think this is the way we are likely to use this until we have a means of welding deep into something, is remove a couple of blocks, weld what you need, undo the removal. At least for this ship, there isn't much of that needed to be done. But yeah, it was a really cool idea and one I wanted to share, because I do think it's a really cool way of doing it. A really nice way of working around some of the limitations we have right now. How many compressors do I have? No, oh, I don't have enough for my drills. I'm gonna have to go back and get some more. Interesting. Interesting. Steel plate, compressor, wire. My assembler can make them, but what do they require? Because that was the other side of things. It's like, sure, I can make them, but what do I need? Oh, it's just nickel and copper. Okay, yeah, I can make some of those. Never mind. I'm all good. Thank you for reminding me and that I shouldn't be stupid. I really should have pressed control then. Wire and the compressors. Don't I still have stuff on my scout? I thought I offloaded it all. Yeah, I offloaded it all. Highlight that stupid drill. I think. So interested to see how poorly this drill ship goes. As I have never made a mining ship in SE2 before. I used the one that they gave us on the creative mode platform, but that's it. Weren't the drills on the drill ship in the last minute next to each other? I don't remember how close they were to each other. I thought they did have a gap. I think I'll be able to make this work. I kind of like it. It's a little chunky little thing. I will need to put lights on it though. Alright, so let's do this side. So let's remove the drill. We need steel tubes and we need construction components and motors. I'm getting a survival maybe feel, seeing all the white and yellow should bring back the ugly duckling's son to the mix. Oh, I crashed my ugly ship that I made at the start of this. Crashed it horribly. Steel tubes. What did I say? Construction components, steel tubes, and motors, I think.
Inventory full.
What snack have you procured, Capac, or drink?
Well, that was just water, but I have some peanut mochi.
Oh, peanut mochi this time. Still weirds me out that you say mochi, not mochi. Mister, I'm learning Japanese.
Mochi wa ii desu ne.
Yeah, see, that's better. Really want to get this drill ship finished. Test it. I need electronic parts.
Yep.
I'm probably going to need more of those.
I give up. I can't find anything useful.
Yeah. I'll see what manner of success I might have, because maybe there's something I can do in the debug stuff, but I'll obviously fiddle with that after I stream, rather than potentially breaking my save while I'm live. Okay, I think it's just thrusters and the ore detector.
Suit energy low.
And this drill. Yeah, nice. Made your first ship, flew a few feet, and ran out of hydrogen and crashed. Yep. Welcome to space engineering. Compressor and wire. But I'm going to need to collect some resources to get that compressor and wire, I think. Compressors, I mean just the compressor. God! No. Ah. Keen, why? Why did you do this? It's just so mean. Why did you make the 110 things opposite to your original game?
How does this debug menu work?
Just press Control F12 and it'll open up, and then there's a whole lot of things on the left hand side. You check one of those and it'll open a menu on the right hand side.
I see.
So I need nickel and copper. We have nickel, and we have a tiny, minuscule amount of copper. And I need more. Alright, hand drilling it is. Off I go. Where's some copper? Up the hill. Over here. Actually, I don't really want to drill a... whatever. Who cares? Got a hole there already. I'm still a big fan of Capac with the somersaults and Escape from Mars. I couldn't believe how many times he managed to land that vehicle that was flipping over as he tried to take it off without destroying it. It was just... it was impressive. Do you remember that, Capac?
Bit of Phil? Is that the one we're talking about?
Yep. Remember when we were trying to do the taking off and the phantom forces of the shield module kept flipping you? And it took us forever to work out that that was what the problem was?
Good times.
Yep. So many things to reminisce on when we do our 10-year anniversary special. Once we figure out what that special even looks like.
It is quite easy to do with the debug menu.
Change your suit color?
Yep.
Nice. Comeback is orange. Would you like to tell people where? Which menu is it under?
You
Character?
go into debug, you go to gameplay and character. Yep.
Yep. Oh yeah, hue, saturation, value. Easy. Oh, I can make myself my correct grey. Yeah, close enough.
You can also modify the properties of your magnetic boots.
I'm gonna mess around with the water spawning independently of doing it live, because I guarantee I'm gonna break something. But I'm hoping to get some water into this save so we can muck around with it on Friday. maybe even make a beachside shack. Okay, a beachside shed then, if you prefer. Am I going to enable any hidden blocks? Well, right now, no. What I'm doing at the moment is I'm playing survival because I want to play the survival gameplay and get a good feel for it. That's why I've been streaming this so much, because I want to have a feel for what this is actually going to play like, based on what it's actually set to, not whatever weird things I tweak it to be.
The emotes are working.
Oh, cool.
A bit hard to tell which one you're actually clicking on, but...
Okay.
Oh, that's not weird at all.
So the water that I'm talking about having on Friday is not in the game formally yet. It is in the debug menu. It may break my game and cause all sorts of horribleness, but I want to muck around with it. What's funny? What did you do?
The idle cryopod animation. When you're not in a cryopod.
I think that's most of the copper here. Oh, well, I think we know what Capac stream is going to be. Capac in the debug menu.
No, I'm just going to play normal.
I wasn't being serious. Let me in this hole!
Hmm. That sounds fun.
This tier 2 drill does appear to remove more voxel because it's much easier for me to make holes that are big enough to actually navigate. Here I was, thinking that I had a chance to actually get to a point of digging out my little base that I'd planned, when what I'm really probably going to achieve today is getting the drill ship to do it.
Copy.
Oh, that's still an achievement. Still something. Wire and some more steel plate.
No, why have you done this, Keen?
What's up?
No, they've got in one of the menus the color picker. You can cut and paste a value, but in this one you can't.
Ah.
Oh, I can adjust it. That's what.
Let's see. Have I got all the bits now for everything but thrusters? Yeah, let's get these on. I need steel tubes. Alright, we'll do all the little ones first. I need steel tubes and motors for those. Don't know if it would work yet, but I want to see zero-G water with grav gens, now that the gravity can be toggled between sphere, cylinder, and directional. Yeah. I want to... the reason I wasn't going to do it today, mucking around with the water, was because I had plans about what I wanted to do today. But I also want to do some mucking around off-stream first, so that I don't just spend ages trying to fix my save because I busted something when I'm live. So I think I'll mess around with it properly on stream on Friday so that we can all hopefully learn a bit more about what's there and what Keen's actually managed to implement so far. With the caveat in the title of "This is not final." I don't have any more motors. How disappointing. Gonna need that then. Oh, birds, why are you so loud? See, I hope that even though water could freeze when it gets to space, it's kind of, I feel like, more interesting from a fun perspective if water remains liquid so you can play with blobs in artificial gravity fields. So that honestly to me sounds more fun. Thanks, Rodgren. Thank you for the bribe sub. There we go. Found the pixel.
Danger, read label. These tools only affect planets and nothing else. You have been warned. Curious.
Uh-huh. No, I'm out of nickel. No. That's not what I want. Oh, it was so painful to get more. Hope. Am I better off trying to get nickel by mining it by hand, or am I better off flying to space, jumping to the other planet, and stealing some motors?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I'm stealing it. Let me just check my battery. It is fully charged. Where is the thing? Oh, there it is. Man, that's hard to see. Oh, actually, no. Aha! It's daytime. Let's do some low altitude flying. What could possibly go wrong? See if we can find some unknown signals. They'll have some motors in them.
Ooh, uh-oh.
What's ooh, uh-oh? Cave.
What did they change the remove HUD key to?
You. Ore detector, let's turn off mine. Oh, wait a second. I remember what happened to Capac in one of these. Huh. It is cool having actual caves on the surface. Even if there's nothing in them right now. The voxel load distance is very short. If it was any longer, we would not have frames. Oh yeah, I should point out with this debug menu, if you activate anything in the debug menu, it means that Keen will ignore any and all of your crash reports.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that, because I kind of agree. Because there is definitely enough there that you could break some stuff badly. The planets are not algorithmically generated, Sarian. The planets are handcrafted. The features on the planets, I think some of them are randomized. But the actual planet itself is handcrafted. Yep, I'm out of ice. Which is why my power lasts a lot longer now.
Ah. Don't like that.
Zoom zoom!
Don't like that either. Let's see.
Huh. Does hydrogen have mass? I don't think so.
What? Of course it does.
Thank you, Capac.
Where are you off to?
I'm off to get motors. Or find an unknown signal. That's why I'm flying so close to the ground. I'm seeing if I might get lucky and get one of the rare resources, but doesn't seem like any of showing up for me.
So you said those mission markers are broken. They're missions you did already.
Yep. But they're still useful because they mark where there's some loot.
Oh, I remember that place.
No. Yeah, I can see asteroids from the planet. You can in SE1. Okay. What is gonna give me some motors? This door. What else?
That's it?
That does appear to be it. This door has some.
There's none left on that carcass of a ship that's lying there?
Doesn't appear to be so. No, I think I got them all. Does the toilet have motors? No. Let's think. No,
Only in
shower.
Japan.
That might have been a Japanese toilet. They might have taken over the world. The toilets, not the Japanese.
It doesn't have enough instructions printed on the wall.
I'll take the wires anyway.
I sent you some pictures.
Oh, yep.
One of them is some odd jankiness that I found with the camera.
Odd jankiness that Kabak found with the camera. Check.
And the other ones are just showing off the suit
Yeah,
color.
you look more burnt sienna than usual.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to adjust, and it also depends a bit on the lighting.
Yeah, yeah. It depends more on the lighting. Yes, aboard the RX 39487.
I did recently do some updates to the blueprint since we got a few new blocks.
Oh, nice. Very nice, Kabak.
Still waiting for cryo tubes though.
Yes.
The animation is in, and it's in the cutscene, but not in the game yet. Kind of wish they'd put it in anyway, even if it's non-functional
Yeah.
for decoration purposes, but it'll be in eventually.
What do you think the ETA on a female engineer is? Oh, who knows? They've shown some, like, art of one, but who knows? I dare say quicker than it came for SE1.
I would hazard a guess that they will reveal it at the same time they reveal a female NPC character.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I can see that possibly happening. Yay, more motor! Yay, more motor! Give me all the motors. Oh, I can't put those away. Oh. Bye! Oh no, where'd my tool go? Right clicked on the wrong thing. This is the
Huh?
thing. I was trying to get rid of these heavy duty plate because they're really bulky. But if I don't need to get rid of them, maybe I won't.
Good old stream delay.
Yeah.
Oh, you got up to the Mark II tools, I see.
Yeah. I stole all the lead I needed and I upgraded.
I haven't run into any lead yet.
You have. Every big battery has a bar of lead in it.
Oh,
So you just gotta steal it from them.
I see.
This should be enough motors, I think, for me to get my ship finished.
Inventory full.
Goodbye. Thanks, Caskin. Suppose you didn't know there's a launcher option you can add to the Steam launcher that skips the cutscene at the start. I do have that set for my SE1. It is dash skip intro. Which I've tried to teach Capac about because he gets annoyed when every time he gets the intro, but he doesn't listen.
I think I tried it a few times and it
Works for SE2 as
removed it
well. Cool.
during updates or something, so I gave up.
Nice to know it works for both. I haven't actually noticed the intro video on loading SE2 now that I think about it. Have I already set it? Maybe I already did. I might have already set it for SE2.
I didn't notice any startup video. Let me have a look.
No, I don't have any launch options. I don't remember noticing any startup video either, though. Weird.
Let's see. C2. Launching.
Wonder why.
Build splash image. Yeah, SE2 is a splash image and then into the game menu.
Yeah. I thought the startup video that they were talking about that they disabled for certain hardware configurations was the story mission. But maybe not? Also, I didn't think a 3080 and a 3090 would be amongst those things. I thought they were AMD cards that were. But guess not. Zoom, zoom, zoom. So sad I noted my thruster effects and I'd have to restart the game. Oh, the story mission video. Oh, you're talking about skipping that one. I haven't actually restarted as often as I thought I might. So I haven't had to do anything about that.
Is there a reason why you're flying around in a Temu X-Wing?
Wow. Rude. I mean, it's not wrong, but it's still rude. Great. It's taken me so long to get all these bits that it's now going to be nighttime just when I finish my drill ship. Perfect.
Well, then you're digging into the ground anyway? No, it's dark.
Yeah, but everything's
underground.
really close to the surface, so I'll be mainly flying really close to the surface. In the dark.
I like these new clouds.
Yeah, they don't do nice things with upscaling stuff, but they do look pretty otherwise.
Oh, that's a mountain.
Yeah, it's my mountain base. Yeah, there are lights, but lights only do so much. You know this, Lowen. There's a limit to how much light a light can light. Okie dokie. Let's go get some steel tubes. Finish this sucker off.
Inventory full.
Assuming my welder plays nice. Oh, my welder effect is gone too.
Have you tried checking under the sofa cushions?
4 turbine blades. No! It's not how I wanted that to go, game. It's not at all how I wanted that to go. Why did right-clicking on that drop that straight away?
Butterfingers.
Apparently so. There we are. Done. I have a mining ship.
Fall on you. It's a good sign.
Yes, that is accurate. It is indeed a good sign. Now let's check these batteries.
How are your solar panels doing?
They did okay. Got these power modules up to 88%. Which means the ones on the ship should be similar. Yep, 81. Not bad. Okay. Let's do some drilling. Wait, no. Let's get some lights on. Lights. Need lights.
There you go, hole. There you go, hole.
I will, when I can see. It's interesting, I was talking to Shaq about the docking connector thing. He quite liked that it's got an audible cue to it when it gets in range. So you can be in first person and know that it's going to happen. Which I thought was interesting. And not a way I would have thought about it. Doop. Doo-doo. Doo-doo. This back spot. Okay, so that needs construction components. These need construction components. That's all I need. I don't have many left. So I guess one of the first things I'm going to mine is some iron. Come on! Don't be like this. Why? I feel like that's been worse today than it was last week. Something's made targeting worse with the welder. Alright, so, lights. I don't think they need to be super bright. I don't think brightness affects their range. Let's check. So if I go now to menu and we get our spotlights. Yeah, it doesn't... I don't think that's affecting range. I think what that's doing is making the limit of the range brighter. Because it's not twice as far that it's going. Although it is lighting up. I think I might just make those as bright as they can go. Let's dig away from the base a little bit. Find that iron deposit. Oh great, it's an iron deposit. I've already started digging. Holy cow, that is shaking a lot.
Oh.
What the heck? How many gyros does that one in space have? I've got 4 gyroscopes.
Yeah. Crashing browser.
This is certainly a sketchy prospect when I don't have an artificial horizon. Has anyone made a mining ship and had this situation? Because yes, I do believe we need to tame this horse/bull. And those of you who've had this situation, did anything fix it other than just having a bigger ship? Just bigger ship, more mass. Yep. Haven't had more than one drill before, and one drill was fine. Alright, well, I need this iron anyway, so...
Oh, try turning off one of the drills and see if that fixes the problem.
Okay. It's a good idea. Not much.
Yeah, it's still shaking a lot.
It's probably a little bit less bad, but it's still bad. Oh no, it is less bad. But it's still bad. This is ridiculous. This is also a perfect example of where the piloting mode is problematic. Okay.
Nothing to see here.
Nope. Also, why are they... It's dumping it into the connector, but not into the cargo container? Or the cockpit? So the drills are failing to push out their inventory. That's what's happening. Which someone had mentioned and I wanted to see firsthand before I talked about it. Had been mentioned to me when I talked about building a drill ship in a previous stream. Control panel. I mean, it's got to be called this, right? What else could this ship be other than the Bronco?
The tiny Bronco.
A tiny Bronco. Guess it could be that too.
I've got the plane in Final Fantasy VII.
Sorters are not a thing, Net. No. Well, The lack of collision damage at low speed is certainly helpful when you're shaking this much. I'll have to stay out of the ship to do that. But I reckon that's a good haul. Let's see if I can get home. Nice. This flies pretty well. It mines poorly, but it flies well. So now I have enough, now I have the ability to get enough resources to actually build up my base and make something cool, because I can actually mine stuff. But I think on this note, Capac needs to spin up his stream and go live.
No.
Is it going to happen?
I suppose so.
How much did I get? I got like 13,000 iron, which isn't too shabby. And we're docked. Yeah, how much was it? 8,000, 7,000, that's 15. The iron has gone somewhere else. I think it's probably on over here now too. No? Oh. Yep. So I got like 20 something thousand. Not iron. Not bad. So I'm going to come back to do more of this on this save. Plus or minus some water. We'll see how I go with that. We might, if it ends up breaking things terribly, I will do just some testing with it in another save. But I'm going to come back with some water on this on Friday. Right now, we're going to go and watch Capac doing his thing in SE2, and I'm going to hang out in chat with him while he does it. Lohin, Shaq and I might take part in the co-op playtest for Star Rupture. Actually, we talked about it, so it might be Shaq and I that do it. It's a game a bit like Satisfactory. Thanks, TFE. Thank you for 2 years. So yeah, we might. We'll see. But yeah, let's go raid Capac now, and I will see you guys over there. And on Friday. Both things.